Alright, what up? It's the morning. Just getting situated. Yeah, so I have to get my work computer ready. Basically, I was memorizing the year 2012 when I invented an antenna system before I invented a pulse circuit. And believe it or not, that antenna system that I put on my electric scooter did work. Like, I got from point A to point B and back using a flat battery, a dead battery. And it would recharge the dead battery. You know, it would recharge the dead battery. And I'll tell you how I describe how it works, basically. It was actually it was an antenna that on the side of the scooter that collected ohms. So imagine having an electric scooter with an antenna that recharges your battery. And here's the reason why it worked, but I didn't pursue the project. I changed it into a pulse circuit. The reason the project was called like Prototype Project X. So here's the reason why I changed the circuit, into a more conventional or necessary pulse circuit. The reason is this. Basically, the antenna would collect ohms. And use a 16 volt lithium. I actually brought it up to 600 volts when testing, but it was a 16 volt lithium. It would basically, the antenna creates 1 volt, from ohms, and that directed current goes to a 16 volt lithium, which then goes to a 12 volt battery of the 36 volt. So it would recharge that one 12 volt battery. And it did work. The problem with it is after every run, you'd have to recharge the lithium. So imagine, having to recharge, because what happens is that the antenna ends up depleting the lithium. And even if I isolated it, it would deplete the lithium while you're driving. So it worked. Like I did, but even if it worked, you'd be doing the same thing a pulse circuit does. Less the distance. So it's not a good idea, basically. But it can work. You can get frequencies off an antenna and use indirect current so that it has a battery that charges the battery. But that's exactly what a pulse circuit does, get it? but it gets frequency off of the motor instead of the antenna. The antenna is a measly 1 volt current. The motor has an excess, not even. The motor has a 1 volt current, but it didn't have a voltage leakage. Like it didn't leak. The antenna is leaked basically. What comes in also goes out.